Hello, Katie here from Katie's World. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a paper piecing from the If the Shoe Fits page kit number 105. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I have laid out all the pieces from the baggie. There are some really tiny or smaller pieces, so when you're working, I suggest just kind of laying everything out. Be very careful not to lose your pieces. If you don't see any, they could be stuck underneath one of the larger pieces, so check that first. But if you have any trouble, feel free to message me and I will help you the best I can. Okay, so I like to start with the pieces around the edges because those are easier to tell exactly how to glue them on. And what I'll do is I'll go in and just kind of lay them out first until I am confident to go ahead and start gluing some of them down. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with the hands. And I'm using the Art Glitter brand Designer Dries Clear with the metal tip. And I'm gluing this one down by looking right here at this little piece and kind of seeing that that's somewhat centered between the two fingers. And I see just a smidge of glue peeking out, so I like to use my pin for my glue. Just get in there and pull out that glue. It does dry clear, so it might not be necessary. I just like to clean it up a little bit. I'm thinking about waiting to glue these down till I line up the dress and her leg piece. Now this is going to glue right on top, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Do that right now. This is very thin, so I'm just barely squeezing the glue bottle I don't want too much to come out. Now this is actually the same size as, I believe, it looks like it might be the same size where the shoe, yeah, so it's gonna fit right in there. So that's why I didn't want to glue down the shoe yet. You could even put a little bit of Scotch tape behind it. That may or may not help just before you put the whole thing down. I'm just going to leave it there for a few minutes. So I just keep laying out the pieces until I feel more confident as to how they're going to lie when I glue them down. So I'm starting to see, I think this one I think I'm going to do first, and then we'll go into this one. That'll help me better place this larger piece. I know I can go ahead and glue this one down. Oops. The piece is so skinny, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue right on the base part. Just tuck it under my fingernail, stick it on. I'm going to do this little piece here. I think that's going to help me center the bottom of her dress. So this, her leg, it's going to line up and pretty much butt up right against these two purples, right between the two purples. But I want to make sure everything's lining up. I might need to get that shoe down. All right, I'm going to glue the shoe. wonder if I shouldn't have done that little purple one yet. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's in the right spot. If I stick this right in there, and this will go here. Well, maybe I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. So yeah, she can be a little tricky, but she's real cute when we're finally done. She's going to be really cute. Okay. And then let me go ahead and do this one. So there's some gapping right here. That's probably more of my doing, gluing this piece on. Maybe this should have been tilted a little bit more. So I'm just gonna center it as best I can to not have it be too wide of a gap. Okay, I think that is gonna work just like that. So I'm gonna actually glue the orange, the shoe, down first, and that's gonna help me with placing these ruffles down here. So take this out. Now this would be great if you have like a magnet board, which I have and I've never used before. This would be perfect because I could lay a little magnet right down there, and so it won't move while I do this. That would be handy. Okay, so I've got these down. Yep, so let's go ahead and glue the purple down. I like it right where it is, so hopefully I can get it right back there. I'm going to start by lining it up with the shoe. Work my way around. I know I don't want this gap too big. That doesn't look too bad. Let's bring this in. This is not supposed to have a large gap either, so I think it's that light purple one. The light purple one, I actually should have tilted it more in this way so I wouldn't have that big old gap. I don't really want to screw it up by pulling it up. Yeah. Well, so just be careful when you glue that one down. That should have been up more. Okay, I'm just going to try my best to ignore it. Hopefully it won't be too noticeable once it's all finished. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Do this one next. Oh, start over here. Is it already stuck? That one got down a little too low. That's supposed to be up higher. Okay, I'm gonna end up ruining it if I try to rip it up. I'm just gonna leave it. Stick this one in. So yeah, this is handmade. It's not gonna be perfect. That's the beauty of it. When it's all finished and all put together, it's gonna look real nice. There's always gonna be imperfections in handmade things, but that's what makes them so special. Okay, whew. That was probably the hardest part of this whole thing. Okay, so now we're going to glue these down. Now her little chin right here should line up in the groove of the top of her dress. So watch for that. This is going to be lots of black because that's her ear peeking out behind, so don't worry about that. This will come down like that. And then the edge of this purple piece needs to kind of line up with the ear. Okay, so I'm going to do the hat, the top of the hat, work my way down. And then I don't want to do the green next because if I do the green too high, there's going to be a big gap here and I'd rather have it centered. So I'm going to do the brim of the hat next. I know that one needs to line up with the ear. And it needs to come around here. probably do this one. All right, I'm going to do the purple. Glue this one down. So if you have your kit, I highly recommend watching the video first, because as you can see, I do make mistakes, and I'll go back and say, okay, glue this one higher, like this one right here. That's gonna bug me. I need to pretend I don't see it, but there's too much gapping there. So watch the video first. I hope that's what you're doing, and then go back, get your pieces all out, get your kit, lay out all your pieces like I have, and just slowly start to put it together with me. And what's wonderful about having this video is you can pause, rewind, fast forward, watch it as many times as you need to. And I hope this does help with your paper piecings, having the video. If you have not picked up this kit yet, please check the description below. There's a link where you can pick up one of these kits. So I'm lining up her chin with the top of her dress, and then I need to line this up with the purple the light purple, and the brim of her hat. This little point at the top of her head kind of lines up with the purple, the light purple. Okay, so maybe I'll put in her eyes, the whites of her eyes. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So the large one's going to be on the left side, the small one's going to be on the right side, and you want the long tail end on the right. There's a really teeny tiny purple right, this little piece. Almost lost it, see that? And it's so small that if you do lose it, you might not even notice that it's not on your project. So I wouldn't worry too much about that piece, but we'll go ahead and glue that down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to just add some glue here, little tail in there. I dropped it. There we go. Kind of want to center it in there. All right, she's coming to life. I still have to finish her hat and a few little tiny pieces. I'll give you a quick little close-up there. Okay. All right, so let me see. I know there's a little piece down here on her shoe. now it's a triangle, so I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go. I think it's actually in the right direction, but I'm going to go ahead and lay it on first and see how it looks, and I think that looks fine. So let me just put a little dot right here. Try to wiggle it around, center it best I can. Okay, that piece is in. Now we have this little itty bitty piece. Trick is figuring out how this is gonna lay. I think it's like this. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. Oh my goodness, so tiny. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue there. Don't drop it. Okay, I'm going to give you a little close-up because it's so small. Well, you can see that better. Okay, so now, oh no, we have this teeny tiny purple piece. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to put a little dot right here. Now the trick is going to be getting this where I want it. Right there. Like I said, if you lose this piece, and I don't even think you'd notice it